everybody, this is Tina Gasperson, and you're out here with me in my messy studio, as you can see behind me. And I just want to jump right in and talk about pricing because a lot of you, that was your main number one question about how to get started selling online. So you've already set up your shop, but maybe you're just not sure how to set your prices. And it's a common concern for us creative people. Putting your work out there, sometimes it's scary because you're really putting pieces of yourself on display, and it can feel like we're being judged. And then when you add in pricing, all sorts of psychological factors come into play. You might feel like your work couldn't possibly be worth what you feel like you need to charge for it. You might say, I would never pay that much for something like this, or you might think that no one else would pay that much. The whole pricing issue can be very unsettling and discouraging because of these psychological factors. And pricing is not a science, it's an art. Don't let anyone tell you anything different with formulas and charts and everything. It's not like that. It's a little fuzzy around the edges. But don't let that slow you down too much because you can play around with it. And the fact is that there is a customer out there who thinks that what you make is perfect for her. In fact, there are quite a few customers who think what you make is perfect. And see, your job is to find those customers, and one of the ways you begin to find those customers, and let's call them ideal customers, is to price your work correctly. So the first thing you need to do is decide who your ideal customer is, and then you can price your work properly in order to start attracting that ideal customer. Now, you don't want to make this too complicated, so let's just keep it simple to start with. So let's start with an example. I'll use myself as an example, and I'll use one of my products, say my duck band rings. Those are pretty popular. Okay, so I have these duck band rings that I make, and I wonder, well, what would my ideal customer look like? So I start to imagine the kind of person who would want a personalized sterling silver duck band ring and would want it for a wedding band. The first thing that comes to mind is a duck hunter, obvious. An outdoorsy type person, a person who likes jewelry that is rustic, not shiny, almost kind of beat up looking. A down-to-earth person who's not fussy or fancy, and I imagine that this person would live in a southern state like Georgia or Alabama or Louisiana. Okay. So what's this person's budget going to look like? Well, since they are down to earth, they probably don't want to spend a huge amount of money on wedding rings. If they're willing to have sterling silver rings, that's another indicator that they don't want to spend too much money. On the other hand, they still love quality and they don't want to buy an El Cheapo wedding ring, so they can't be priced too low. So I'm thinking a medium to medium low priced ring. Then what I'll do is I'll go and look at my competitors. And if you don't know who your competitors are, you can start by doing a Google search using the terms you would use to find something you make. For example, to find other duck band wedding ring makers, that's simple. I'll just type in duck band wedding rings and see who pops up. For you, it might be Swiss blue topaz briolette necklace or wire wrapped brooch. So when your competitors come up, look at them and see how their stuff is priced. See if they are reaching for the same ideal customer you are. They might not be, because in my case, there are a few duck band ring makers out there that are making very shiny, machine-made looking duck bands that are very different from what I'm doing. And that's okay. You're just trying to get a picture of who your competitors are and why you're different and better. So once you look at your competitors and you see what they're charging, and you have an idea of who your ideal customer is, then you can start setting prices based on that information. My duck band rings are priced at around $130 to $150 each, and that seems to be a good price range. I am reaching my ideal customer base with this price, and I'm making a good profit. So there's your basic information about how to get started with your pricing. This is just skimming the surface. There are all kinds of considerations with pricing. It's really your choice as to what kind of ideal customer you want to reach with your products and your pricing. I'm sure that for as many questions as this video answered, it probably raised quite a few as well. So go ahead and leave your comments and questions in the space below, and I'll use those questions in a future video. If you would like a transcript of this video and other informative emails about how to sell your jewelry and other handcrafted items online, please click on the link below to sign up for my mailing list. Also, if you like this video, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future how-to videos, or I'll be answering all your questions and telling you some super duper secrets to successful online selling. Until next time, have fun being creative and make lots of money.